So we're here working on a film on the C7 with Tom Peters, who is the design director for, of all things in GM, Camaro and Corvette. So let's just say he probably has one of the worst jobs going. But I found some other Corvettes, so let's go ahead and take a look at them. Come on back here. Hidden next to, are you ready for this? A Chevrolet Corvette that is still brand new in the wrapper, still has the wrappers on the seats, and this is the Centennial Edition, complete with the window sticker still on it. A brand new Corvette. Who would have thunk? But back to why we're here. Corvette, this is the 1984. Now, if you guys remember correctly, there was no 1983 Corvette. That's because there were parts supply delays. So this became the 1984 Corvette, and what this was an entirely new departure for Corvette. Remember the cool digital display? But then let's fast forward to the C6, now the previous generation Corvette. This one's interesting because now we've been here before. Remember we came here with Bob Lutz? The guy who runs this place, Greg Wallace, awesome guy. He was a Cadillac engineer for many years. He's kind of the guy that he knows where the bodies were buried, so he knew where all the cool cars and General Motors were. And so he went, once he got approval to build this place, he went and found all the cool cars, put them together. Cars like the Cadillac Le Mans, cars like the Buick Wide Job. But this one, he's got a deal now where he gets the first built cars, the ones that normally would go to the crusher, but he gets them for free. See, first built. C6, this one came out in 2005. They made about 37,000 of these in 2005. Then we have this. Now, you guys probably know what this car is. This is the 78 25th anniversary Corvette. They made this in this two-tone black and silver, and little known, they actually made it in a silver 25th anniversary as well. But what everybody did is they went and bought the pace car replica, which was this, thinking that they're going to become millionaires by buying it and mothballing it, putting it in a garage, and then selling it many years later. Well, as we found out at Barrett Jackson and Russo and Steele and whatever auction you go to, Auctions America, these are worth probably anywhere between $30,000 and $80,000 today. Recently, you might have seen that one of these sold for $80,000, and the reason why it sold for $80,000 is because that one was brand new, still on an MSO with like 3 miles on it from that Lambrecht auction out in Pierce, Nebraska. Now we move on to this one. This one's really interesting. This is kind of like, what kind of benefits do you get when you work at General Motors? Let's say if you are the design director of General Motors. Your wife gets her very own Corvette with pinstripes and a special custom interior, including white on the dashboard. This was the official car of Bill Mitchell's wife. Now, we move on to here. Oh, there's the man himself, Mr. Erdody. See that guy right there? He gets to drive all the cool cars, this guy right there. Come here, Mr. Erdody. Guy walks slow. He's also the arbiter of all pink donuts. And I don't even recognize this guy. He's like half the guy. When I left this guy, he was like this big because he was Mr. Pink Donuts.
Yeah,
so what do you do? What do you do here?
Well, I am in charge of all the design center historical vehicles, the Harley Earl, the Bill Mitchell cars, mechanically keeping everything.
So you get
up
to
and
drive
running.
them.
I drive them, maintain them, work on them, show them around the country.
You should have seen this guy's face when I showed up, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I'm driving the Y job. What did you say?
Yeah, I said, I don't think so.
And who got to drive the Y job?
Well, I think you did, didn't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go talk some Corvettes. We'll come back and talk to you.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right.
He's got the coolest job in the company, really. Okay, so this, now, when I grow up and I finally have like a garage, a place to store cars, I want one of these. Why? Because, as you may find out from the Tom Peters film, this was the first classic car I ever got to ride in. The girl that I went to, I think, elementary school, her father, Frank Saltarelli, had one of these. And it was the coolest car because A, it was this color, B, it was a convertible just like this one, but C, unlike this one, it had the 427 in it, not the 300 horsepower it's in this car right now. But still, I would take it. Then, how can you go wrong? If you're gonna talk Corvettes, come on around here so you can see why this one's important. This is the split window 63. Come on. I mean, you can't see out of it, but it's still cool, isn't it? And then 1960 Corvette. Now, there's a little known fact about Corvettes that are like this. This is a stunning looking car, isn't it? It's beautiful. Look at the coves on it, the white coves, the red with the red seats. I mean, this is awesome. This is when Corvettes were kind of defining themselves, but it drives like a truck. One option that improved the way it drove was a 4-speed manual transmission, which was actually a lot of money back in the day. It was $188. Then we move on to here. You guys should know what this is. This is the 53 Corvettes. They made 300 of them, and actually, here's a really little known fact. They made them in Flint, Michigan, in Buick City. So the iconic Corvette, the iconic Chevrolet sports car, started really where General Motors started, which is where David Dunbar Buick started in Flint, Michigan. This one, 6-cylinder, they were all kind of hand-built. 2-speed power glide transmission, so it wasn't really a performance car. It was something that really looked very good. What looks good today is these are worth a couple $100,000, almost up to $1 million, depending on the number car you have. Okay, so here's the script. For a new MotoMan film every week, click subscribe. And to get a sneak peek of what's coming up on the show, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, MotoManTV, all one word.